Hello and welcome, my dear fellas. And it seems doggies are extremely annoying with these death threats. So every single time from now on, when you're too annoying with threats, I will be creating videos like this. So if you want to push the pace, go for it. But believe me, I promise you to push the pace, and I will criticize every one of your fighter when he loses. I will do a detailed breakdown, a detailed description of those horrible losses. And you've seen how horrible Abus performed against Sean Strickland despite winning the first round, despite being up on the scorecards. And honestly, I was a bit surprised because I was thinking that Abus was gonna win that fight because he rocked Sean Strickland really bad in the first, and I was really telling to myself, well, okay, maybe he is on a good way to knock his opponent out. But here's what actually happened in this fight. Now I'm going step by step. Referee was Mark Smith, and Magomedov unloaded with two early front kicks. Strickland was brushing his side, absorbing low kicks. Magomedov was trying to control the space, to control, the octagon with looping strikes. As Strickland was circling away, lining up a jab, Magomedov pushed him, and a finger slid into the eye. So it was the first dirty move by Magomedov. Very much dirty move. No, an eye gouge. And after that, I was thinking the Strickland is done. We were having a long break. Smith was calling time, but he also called the doctor. Strickland said he was unable to see, but he was trying, he was pacing back and forth, trying to clear his vision, was struggling to see. And Strickland mentioned, even if I remember well, that he had double vision or whatever, but after 3 minutes, Strickland decided to continue the fight, which proves he's not coward. I will never be a fan of Sean Strickland after criticizing women, but at least he's not a coward. At least he's got balls, unlike majority of you doggies. And after 2 minutes and 3 minutes, we finally seen the fight resetting, and Magomedov was quick to loop at front kick at Sean Strickland. Several front kicks followed in rapid succession, and Magomedov led another calf kick, which kind of dazed Sean Strickland, took a jab, aiming with a second leg kick to the same spot. Magomedov was chasing, throwing wide strikes, and Strickland was holding this like he was covering up in the style of Philly Shell, and he was blocking the majority of the strikes. Magomedov was wasting too much energy in that fight, and Strickland even landed few jabs, but Magomedov's volume and power was far higher in that first round. He was controlling the fight, and Magomedov chambered, fired several harmful leg kicks, and connected a straight left up top, one to the body, got backed up with a stream of jabs, and Strickland was trying to pressure, fall, and lean when a right hand brushed past his hair. He split guard and an increasingly steady diet of jabs. Like Strickland, right after that, took a head kick, brutal head kick right on the jaw, and he looked rocked. He looked shaken. Magomedov shot in for a double, managed to throw the defensively sound Strickland to his seat, and Magomedov was attempting to take the back, but Strickland is very good in anti-cage wrestling, anti-cage control, and he was able to work his way back on the feet. Strickland was following one jab, a solid right hand, but was generally relying on his jab. And at the end of the round, we've seen a clean left hand over the top, but it was a total domination of Abusupian Magomedov. Total domination in the first round, but as middleweights bumped into the second frame, Strickland was trying to lift his leg early up to take the sting out of a leg kick. Magomedov was swinging for the fences with two hooks, but Strickland was sniping with 1-2, and Strickland was walking down Magomedov. Magomedov was pretty much surprised by the blows, but he started to look horrible in the round 2. It was seen that he is gassed. He was gassed. He didn't look good, and Strickland continued unloading 1-2. He stalked after the Russian, putting his punches together. Magomedov's offense was limited to big counter punches, and it was the first sign of Magomedov's fatigue. Strickland was in his groove, snapping out sharp jabs, follow-up punches. Magomedov was trying to shell up, and Strickland accurately got strike around it, through it. Magomedov's stamina looked horrible in that second round. His strikes telegraphed, while Strickland didn't miss a beat. He was landing massive blows. Strickland was rattling Magomedov with the right hand, but all through a center that does not have nearly as much on it. And Magomedov tried to dig a pair of huge left hands to the body, and Strickland was countering well. Every single time he landed a jab, like Strickland countered with 5 jabs. Every single time he landed a big right, Strickland countered with 5 strikes. Magomedov was taking a long look at the clock, and he crumbled after Strickland hit him. No, Strickland hit him with a big right. He crumbled and slumped back to the cage. Strickland shoved him over to his side, and fists were landing off the top. Fists were landing into Magomedov's face again and again and again. There was no signs of slowing down on the end of Sean Strickland. And Magomedov was barely hanging at this point. He was 100% gassed, taking damage. And Smith was... well, he was left without choice. While he decided it's enough after 10 or 15 strikes, and then he stopped the fight. So I can only say that after the best first round I've ever seen, Strickland survived, came on strong, and Abus was out of stamina. Strickland reminded the division that he is still a force to be reckoned with, and notching another win at the UFC Apex, improving his score to 7. A gracious Strickland thanked the fans. Well, he says he would not do what he does or get paid were it not for the fans. He declared love for the country, and I don't want to know more about it. I want to say that, my dear Dagis, your guy, or Abu Sufyan Magomedov, did a horrible job because he gassed out. The guy is not training. I'm just telling you, the guy is not training. Mr. Zero Cardio. And also, Sean Strickland recovered after an eye poke. Abu Sufyan was on the fence because he gassed out. He didn't train. And you see, that's how clowns prepare for the fight. Real fighters don't prepare like this. They train every single day. I'm not a fan of Sean Strickland, but he's training every single day, fellas. I mean, let's be honest. The guy is training every single day. And what was your guy doing? He took this fight too lightly, you know? He nearly finished Sean Strickland in the first, rocked him badly, but after that victory in the first period, he got wobbled, he got humped, and Sean destroyed him, despite Sean is not a finisher. So, my dear doggies, keep sending death threats. There will be more videos like this. Sean Strickland destroyed your boy.